Hello everyone, welcome back to another TCLL video. In today's video, we are going to be doing our first TCLL minus cases. I forgot to mention it in the TCLL plus videos, but the way you tell apart a TCLL plus case from a TCLL minus case, a TCLL plus case has this misoriented corner with its bottom layer color, in this case white, facing you, whereas for minus, it is facing the side. Just like my TCLL Plus videos, we are going to be starting with hammer and turtle. If you've forgotten how to tell these cases apart, the hammer has this kind of fake pseudo bar here. We have this corner almost touching this corner, and for turtle, we don't have any of that. Both cases have one oriented corner and a bar somewhere on the cube. To start off, we are going to be doing the hammer cases, and I'm going to be teaching these cases in the same order that I did for the TCLL Plus cases, like the same kind of recognition and stuff. Firstly, we're going to be starting with the hammer cases that have a bar on top, and this bar is not aligned with the side bar here. This is important because later on I'm going to be showing you two cases that have the bar touching this bar, and you'll see what I mean. So for this case, this bar is opposite to this corner, and all you do for this case is 2 hedge slammers. The finger tricks are very straightforward, just make sure you know how to do pinch F moves, so like that, and like that. To predict AOF, you just look at this bar and it will just come over to this side. So in this case, we'll have to do a U. Now for this case, when we have this bar is adjacent to this corner, we're going to start from this angle, take out this corner with F, R2, F prime, and then insert it back here with U, R prime, U, R. For finger tricks, I like to start with my hand on the bottom like this, F, R2, F prime, and then do a pinch move here, and use my middle finger for the second U. To predict AOF, I like to look at this bar and imagine that it just goes to the side here. So in this case, we'll need to do a U2. Now for the cases when we have this bar touching this last layer bar, there's 2 cases again. So for this case, we have the adjacent to the bar. And for the adjacent case, we're going to put the corner here, take out this corner with R, U, R prime, do a U2, hedge, insert the corner like this. For finger tricks, just do a pinch move, double flick, and then do the pinch moves like that. And when you do this U prime, you can use your middle finger to avoid an overwork. To predict AOF, I like to imagine this bar moving back here, and it's really helpful for this algorithm because the first move kind of brings this to the back in a way. So for this case, we'll have to do a U. Now for this case, when we have this bar and the other corner is opposite, we're going to put the corner in the front here. Take out this corner with R, U2, R prime, cancel into a sledgehammer, U2, and then insert this corner with R, U, R prime. For finger tricks, just do a double flick, do a pinch F prime, and then do a slight overwork here, double flick, insert this corner. For AOF, what I like to do is I like to imagine this bar on the side coming to the front here. So to put it back where it belongs here, we'll have to do a U. Here are the last cases where we have one pair of opposites. This case has the opposite bar aligned with the last layer bar. And when you have it like this, what you do, take out this corner with R, U, R prime, do a hedge slammer, U prime, insert this corner with R, U2, R prime. Now for finger tricks, I like to do a push move here for the U so that I can easily do the F like this, R prime, F prime, R, and then just do an overwork U prime, R, U2, R prime. To predict AOF, this corner just stays here, so we'll have to do a U in this case. Now for this case, when we have the opposite bar and this bar, they are not aligned with each other, what we do is a sledgehammer, then insert this corner with R2, U, R2, U prime, R2. For finger tricks, the sledgehammer is pretty simple, but when you do this F prime, you want to soft regrip your right hand to the bottom to make this last kind of LS insert nice. To predict AOF, the way I like to do it is imagining this corner coming to here, and the reason is after you do the sledgehammer, it's here, and after the second trigger, this corner will just stay here. So you can see we'll have to do a U after this. So all together. Now time for the turtle cases. We're going to be starting off with the pure case, so that means if you twist all the corners, you'll get a solved top layer, and the diagonal case, where if you twist all the corners, you get a Y perm on top. So for this case, this is when you have an opposite bar here touching the last layer color and an adjacent sticker next to it. So you face this side and you just do kind of two lefty inverse sexy moves. So just take out this corner and then reinsert it like that. Alternatively, and I didn't cover this in some of my other videos, but you can face the back here if you want and take out the corner like this and then reinsert it. The finger tricks are very, very straightforward, so I'm not going to go over them too much. To predict AOF, I kind of just intuitively do it because you can kind of see after inserting this corner is not going to move. So overall, it just does a U in this case. So for a case like this, it moves by a U. We'll have to do another U after the algorithm. Now for the diagonal case where we have a solid bar here and an adjacent sticker here, what we do is we take out this corner with R, U2, R prime, do U, R prime, U prime, and then solve this layer by firstly inserting this corner with F, R, F prime, and then inserting a U here, and then finish it off like that. To finger trick this case, what we do is a double flick like this, and then this is pretty straightforward. And if you want, you can do a middle finger here to avoid an overwork. To predict AOF, I like looking at this sticker, and that is just going to stay there. So because it is opposite to this bottom color here, we're going to have to do a U2. Alright, next up are these two cases where the focus is on these two pieces. This one is adjacent to both of them, and in this case, these two corners are the same, and in this case, these two corners are opposites. So for this case, when we have the same here and the adjacent in here, all we do is we take out this corner with R, U2, R prime, do a U2, and then insert this with a hedge slammer. For finger tricks, I like to just do double flick, and then pinch F, and then pinch F prime. To predict AOF, I like looking at this sticker, and that just stays there. So in this case, we'll have to do a U. Now for this case, when we have the opposite here and the adjacent here, what we do, put this corner at the front, we do F, R, F prime, and then R, U, and then solve this layer with R2, U prime, R, U, R prime. For this case, you definitely want to start with your hand on the bottom, and that just makes the rest of the algorithm really nice. So you do a pinch move, and the rest is not too hard. Now to predict AOF, you can either go to this sticker and that just stays there, or you can look at what this corner does and it does a U2 during the algorithm. That's the one I prefer because I can kind of visualize it during the algorithm. So in this case, we have no post AOF. Lastly are these two cases where we have all opposites on top. This case has a kind of a checkerboard pattern. We have these two the same, and then this case we have these two the same, and then the other corner is opposite to them. So for this case where it kind of looks like a checkerboard, we're going to face this side first, put the corner back here, take out this back corner with F, R, F prime, U, reinserted with R prime, U2, R. For finger tricks, I like to start with my hand on the bottom and then do F, R, F prime, U, and then R prime, U2, R with the double flick. To predict AOF, I like to look at this sticker and that just comes to the front here. So in this case, we have to do a U. Now for this case, when we have the bar here and the opposite here, what we're going to do is put the corner back here, take out this corner with R, U prime, R prime, do a U2, and then insert it in here with R, U, R prime, cancel into sledge. For finger tricks, I like to do a U prime, do an overwork here, and then pinch, and then do the middle finger F like this, and then pinch F prime. To predict AOF, I like looking at this corner and just imagine it twisting and staying in place. If you look here, we have to do a U2 after this. Alright, that concludes the hammer and the turtle TCLL minus video. I'm going to be doing these TCLL minus videos in the same order that I'm doing the TCLL plus ones. So the next ones are going to be Stollery and Gun. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.